Johnny, what do you think the dream start is for Fraser Minten? Does he have to get some touches? Does he have to be responsible in his own zone? What does he have to kind of do to get the confidence of his coach? Because as good as he was in preseason, regular season, coaches are on edge and things get their attention rather quickly.
So to get the confidence of his coach, which is the most important thing he can do, is, again, be good defensively, be good in the face-off circle, kill penalties efficiently, don't be out there for goals against. Where he can kind of go up against other players in that matchup, whatever it's going to be, and show that he can at least tread water, be even. If he can be a bit better than that, that's great. That would go for the coaches, though. But you know this. Fraser Minten is going to be a third-line centerman here. He wasn't a third-line center last year. He doesn't see himself as I'm a checker. So I think what would help him get confidence, not necessarily the coach, but for himself, is touches, creations, points, pick up an assist here and there, pick up a goal early in your first 2 or 3 games where that is no longer lingering out there that you haven't scored. I think if he gets that, even for himself, more so than, I was really clean in my own end, you pick up a greasy second assist, you're like, okay, I got a point in the NHL, and that will also help drive him forward, not necessarily in the coach's eyes, but in his own.
Yeah, I feel like he might be the guy I'm looking forward to seeing him play the most tonight.
Really?
Just because it's so fresh, it's so new in the NHL.
Surprising.
Yeah, and it's so surprising. I guess we can go around the table on this, and there's a number of different players you could probably choose. But for me, it probably would be Fraser Minten. I want to see what he's made of when the real stuff goes down tonight.
Yeah.
Montreal home opener, the electricity in the building. And he's going to play minutes. I don't think they're going to only play him 6-7 minutes. I think he plays double-digit minutes tonight.
I'm Klingberg.
Better.
He better.
I'm Klingberg because he didn't participate in a lot of camp. And I think they're expecting him to play, top 4 role, maybe quarterback the power play if needed, or second power play. I think there is some expectations out of him. And I don't know if he's got the reps in to feel comfortable or not. Because in the one game I watched, he didn't look very comfortable. But he was playing with Gio, and Gio didn't look comfortable either in that game.
But it's so important that he's good so Gio can play further down. Gio at this point has to play third pair minutes, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And that's even if he plays every game. He might even need some games off, which he hates, but he might.
Right.
But Giordano has to be third pair. He works well with Liljegren in that role. So if you like Brody and Riley up top, it's sort of Klingberg and McCabe have to work just by process of elimination. The other two they like. The middle one's a question mark. Well, you hope that question is answered in a good way. And you're right, John Klingberg he'll take some getting used to, though, and Noodles, because he'll have the odd moment where he's got that, he's much better, but he's got that Jake Gardner casual body language.
Yeah, he does.
He plays pretty upright, and, the odd mistake, and he's saucing pucks around, and he's making plays, and you're like, bend over and dig in. It's just not how his body works. He kind of he looks like he's just out there for a summer skate. So, it's probably important for him to get off a good start for himself and the team. But yeah, he'll be interesting to watch. But to me, it's Minten and Nyes because they're sort of attached at the hip. We trust Nyes going to be really good, but he's playing not with Austin Matthews or not with John Tavares, so he's got to help Minten and Yarncroke create. If that third line can be a 5-on-5 producing line where they all get 10, 12, 14 goals, the Leafs have acknowledged they are way better slotted and set up if that line works, where William Nylander can play second line, can help Tavares get pucks up the ice. Everything works if they have a third line center that's not William Nylander. And so I think, for the big picture season, Minten has got to go, and I think he's going to play 15 and a half minutes, and see how he does. Now, he dealt with the pressure of trying to make the team pretty well. I don't know if there's any different pressure to actually be in a regular season game, but individually, he knew the last 2-3 games, his start in the NHL was on the line. He played pretty well. Mm-hmm. So he's dealt with that, which is a good sign.